Happy Sunday morning. So happy to be here. Hello to the people online. Happy Sunday morning to you too. Thank you for being here. Oh, we really have an exciting Sunday morning. Did everybody have a great week this week? Beautiful week? What did you do? There you go. I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I actually officiated my first wedding, so it was, yeah. Reverend Emil was there. I wish I can say I created the script, but I kind of got it offline. I did a little bit of editing by the power vested in me and ChatGPT. So it was good, and actually it's a year of weddings. My niece and my nephew up in Connecticut are getting married this year, not to each other. my nephew is getting married in July, late July, to a beautiful lady named Katie, and my niece is getting married in October to a gentleman named Jeff. So it's exactly enough time for me to bike across the United States again. And so I was thinking of maybe just taking this year and seeing if it's possible for me to officiate weddings as I pedal along. So it would be a little bit it'd be the year of love, right? That's truly, I mean, if we embody the year of love, I mean, what more can we do, right? In whatever way we shine our light, And I have somebody special that's shining his light this morning. His name is Brian Lottman. He's known as the wandering monk. And today he's going to be talking about the mystical path. Brian discovered yoga in 2006, which led him on a transformational journey of spiritual growth and self-realization. After attending a life-changing retreat in 2007, he experienced a deep shift in consciousness, which grew stronger through further spiritual retreats. And in 2012, under the guidance of a spiritual teacher, Dr. Swami Purna, Brian left his successful career and became a wandering monk. Sharing ancient wisdom through lectures, healing practices, and meditation, today Brian is a dynamic speaker, energy healer, expert meditation coach, helping others heal mind, body, and soul. We are so blessed to have Brian here this morning. And he's going to be doing the music as well. Please welcome Brian.
Keep me on track. Okay. So, when Gandhi took over kind of the government of India and started making some of the decisions, every time he had a governmental meeting, he would begin it with this particular song to sort of sanctify the meeting, so it became a government based upon what he calls Ram Raj. Ram Raj is kind of like the golden age. So we too can do this in our government. We can sing this song as he did, and it is the song honoring this divine incarnation called Ram. Some people know Ram, Sri Ram. So this is what they sang in before each governmental meeting in India. Raghupati Raghav Raja Ram Patita Pavana Sita Ram Sita Ram Sitaram, Paj Pyare tu Sitaram, Raghupati Raghavarajaram Patita Pavana Sitaram 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 Bajpyare tu Sitaram Raghupati Raghavarajaram Patita Pavana Sitaram 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 Bajpyare tu Sitaram Raghupati Raghavarajaram Patita Pavana Sitaram 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 Bajpyare tu Sitaram Raghupati Raghavarajaram Patita Pavana Sitaram 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 Bajpyare tu Sitaram Raghupati Raghavarajaram Patita Pavana Sitaram 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 Bajpyare tu Sitaram. And through the power of that song, he won India's freedom from Britain. They freed themselves. Through that divine help, India became free. And it's very interesting to note that at the end of Gandhi's life, as he was assassinated, someone shot him in a crowd. The last words he said were, "Hey Ram," which means, "My God." And he passed.
I was trying to do it secretly. Thank you so much. What an honor to have you here. My name is Diana, Reverend Diana Escobar, and I'm doing a reading today from Richard Rohr's Daily Meditations. He's a Franciscan priest, a writer on spirituality, and he's the founder from the Center for Action and Contemplation. And I'm going to read about the light. Everybody has a light, right? We all have a light within. So it's a light that sustains. Community activist Rosemary Freeney Hardy describes her experience of the contemplative awareness, what she calls the light, and how it sustains her throughout her life. I can't say exactly where the light entered, where it started from. Suddenly, it was just there with me. A white light, bright enough that it should have hurt to look, but it didn't hurt. In fact, as the light grew and enveloped everything in the room, I felt the most astonishing sense of protection, of peace. It surrounded me, and I was in it so joyfully. I don't know how long I was engulfed by this light, this space, but when I came out of my room, my family was looking at me oddly, like there was something different about me they couldn't quite name. I had come in from work and greeted everyone a while. Then I went into my bedroom to rest. I was just lying on the bed, maybe dozing, and then I was the light. The light became a kind of touchstone in my life. It was so much love, like an infinite compassion. At the same time, it was something very precious and intimate. It awed me, really. And when I walked out of the room, everything looked different, clear. Even later, outside the house, in my classes, and at my job, everything looked sharper. It was like heightened sense of presence, almost a shine. Freeney Harding honors numerous paths that can lead to the deepened spiritual grounding that the light provides. I do believe that the whole experience put me on a path, and the light stayed with me a long time. It gave me a sense of security and deep internal connectedness to God. I would say all these journeys I've been on, these spiritual practices, and the traditions from the Mennonites to the Dalai Lama, the meditation, the prayers, I've been trying to sustain what the light gave me, what it awakened and showed me. I guess that's what the definition of spirituality is for me. Whatever sustains us, like the light sustains for me for many years. It is similar to the light. It is the light. As I moved away from my family and struggled for years with the unexpected strains of my marriage, I needed the grounding and shelter and strength of the light. There is something in there, in that profoundly embracing energy that allows you to come out with a kind of forgiveness, an absence of animosity. It's like the Dalai Lama said, there's nothing we can't go through. We can live through it all with compassion. I want to tell you that this spirituality of compassion, if we can call it that, can come through very ordinary people. There are so many ways some people go through vipassana meditation. Some say they have seen Jesus or that they've met the Buddha. However they describe it, they've met it. Help, encouragement, a deep, deep encouragement in this life. For me, it was the life. Thank you.
I will be very careful. Can you hear me? So this will be a sort of participatory song before I begin my talk. And so you can sing with me and harmonize with me if you want. We'll pretend we're a big chorus. So this mantra is Hari Om. And Hari Om, I kind of, the Sanskrit words, but I kind of define it as hurry home. Hurry home. And Hari, the word Hari is the light of the world. So imagine that there's a light in every being, and that light is Hari. And so this particular mantra helps to activate that light within you. And it becomes more powerful when we sing together aloud. And that's why I encourage you, if you really want to kind of feel the energy. This is Hari Om. Sing with me as you get it. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Hari Om, 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 Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari 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 Hari Om. Just take in 5 deep breaths, breathing in the light of that mantra, Hari Om. And just relax and set our intention to merge with the presence. become one with the mantra. So hello, welcome, and namaste. Thank you all for coming and joining in this. I consider as a very sacred event, meant to help people sort of increase their connection with their own soul, with the divine, with God. As I was trying to explain to Reverend Teresa, anytime that I speak, I'm really trying to share a kind of vibration or a spiritual energy that people can connect to. So it doesn't really matter too much what I say, but it matters more about what you feel. Bless you. And so it's a kind of connection to something deeper rather than something to be learned. Like a big difference. I think we spend a lot of our time trying to learn about spirituality, reading so many books and taking so many classes, and how many people just stop and go within, dive within the core of their being and commune with that sort of sacred space. In Sanskrit, that space is called the antakaran. The antakaran is the holy space within you. And somehow, with most humans, the ego has hijacked that space. And so we live at a sense of separation from God, from the divine. So the whole spiritual path is about kind of cleansing our antakaran so we can find our true self again, which has no location, no body, no mind. It doesn't exist in time and space. It's the great beyond. Some people call it the Tao. Some people call it the eternal self. So many different names for the divine. And I would like people to have a direct experience of that. I'll tell you a little bit about my path and kind of how I got into this and why this is so important to me. So I started my spiritual path quite intensely back in 2006. And I went to a spiritual retreat, had a profound shift of consciousness, and the meditation kind of turned on and never turned off. And so I'm kind of walking in meditation. And I was searching for saints to hang out with, sages, great masters, great spiritual beings, to kind of glean their energy, to find out what is their secret. How did they find their true self? And after meeting, maybe turn it down a little bit. Okay, good, thanks. And so after meeting several great beings, I finally went to a retreat in New York City to meet a Himalayan master from the Himalayas, named Swami Purna. I didn't really know what I was getting into. I had heard that he was incredible. And so I flew to New York City, and this is a picture of him right here. I don't know if you can see him. He's right there. And, you know, before he walked into the room of that retreat, I was moved to tears. The energy was so powerful. And even compared to any other master and sage and saint that I had met, this was something that I was surprised even existed on earth, that such a being could represent this kind of consciousness. And so, suffice to say, I followed him ever since and kind of chanted some of his mantras, did some of his meditations, did some of his recommended practices for about 4 years. And after 4 years, finally, he gave me some real guidance. I was waiting for this. So I went to go see him in Miami Beach, Florida, and he was having a retreat, and he invited me into his space, and I kind of knelt before him, wondering, like, what is he going to say? This is kind of random. I was really surprised. And then he said, Brian, now it's time for you to renounce everything and set out on the road and share spiritual gatherings with people, share what he calls satsang. Sat in Sanskrit means truth, sang means gathering, so gathering in truth. And I simply said, yes, of course, I'll do it. And then I went home and, you know, pretty much gave away all my stuff. I sold my car. I sold my business. I've been running a financial planning business for 10 years. So I sold that. I bought a van, put a bed in the van, and then just set out on the road and started traveling from city to city. And after the first gathering I held, only just a couple of people came. The energy was so profound that came through. I was even amazed, and I said to myself, oh my gosh, there are going to be thousands of people that come to these gatherings. And boy, man, was I naive. So one of the first organizations that really supported me was Center for Spiritual Living. Yeah, because you see, Centers for Spiritual Living are open to woo-woo. Did you know that? Did you know that? They are. They are. Woo-woo, I mean like the mystical, the mysterious, the invisible, things you can't see, that can't be proved by science. We believe in something beyond this three-dimensional world. There must be something more than what we're experiencing right this instant, being in a room, sitting, listening to someone. You know, what is beyond? And so the mystic is the one who is seeking the great beyond, all about sort of shedding identities, shedding everything I know about life and God, kind of coming humbly to spirituality and saying, oh God, I don't know who I am, what I am. I don't know what spirit is. I don't know how I got here. Please show me the way. This sort of like shedding of everything. So symbolically, this is what I did when I left everything. I shed my old life and went into the great mysterious, not knowing what was going to happen. And so, you know, gathering after gathering after gathering, the energy just started to get stronger and stronger. And my teacher's energy comes through these gatherings, comes through the talk. So, and that may sound very mysterious, but it's kind of like becoming a disciple of an enlightened being. And they tell you, do this task. And then their consciousness, their energy supports you in that task. So that's the nature of a true guru. And when I talk about true guru, I don't just mean there's tons of gurus, computer gurus, tax gurus, law gurus. How many gurus are there? I'm talking about the guru who represents the infinite self, infinity, who has gone beyond. There's nothing beyond that. Such beings incarnate into the world only once in a while. Some of them you know: Buddha, Christ, Ram, Krishna, these great beings. So meeting Swami Purna, it was like, finally, I have found the clearest teachings. I must share this. And so there are sort of three major paths that are outlined in the Bhagavad Gita. Has anyone read the Bhagavad Gita? Raise your hand. Wow, good job. I love that. I'm in like-minded company. Yeah, the Bhagavad Gita, probably the most profound spiritual text on the planet in terms of describing spirituality in a nutshell. Great masters have studied the Bhagavad Gita for decades and decades and still not quite understood it. And why? Because it's speaking about the highest concepts of divinity that are impossible to understand with the mind. You can only realize it, you can't understand it. That's fascinating to me. So in that story at the Bhagavad Gita, it's the conversation between Krishna and, anyone know? Arjuna, very good. Arjuna. So Krishna represents the divine or God, and Arjuna represents the individual soul. We little soul that don't understand what's going on here. We're confused. And so Arjuna is very confused. He didn't want to fight the battle that he was about to fight. So he just like threw his bow down on the ground and said, I give up, I'm not going to fight. And Krishna looked at him, and because Krishna was guiding his chariot, Krishna says, buck up, son. Let me tell you how it is. And then he just began to speak for like 40 minutes. The most profound teachings, the most profound satsang on the planet, trying to explain, who am I? You know, you are the eternal self. You can't die, and you were never born. So this body may be fighting, but you cannot die. You are eternal. What is there to fear? And so they had this conversation. And the three paths that Krishna outlined are fascinating and maybe very helpful to understand. So the first path is the path of karma yoga. Karma yoga is service. And not just serving others. Because if you really believe in spirituality, there is no other. So who are you serving? Do you see what I mean? See what I'm saying? So when you're serving, everything that you do is serving God. So when you're helping someone out on the side of the road, you're not serving that person. You're serving the divine. Right? So that's the service. It's a sense of selfless service. You're not doing it for you. A lot of people serve because to make themselves feel better, which is nice. But what if you could do something simply for God, not for yourself or anyone else, for your own soul? So that's the path of service, right? Many people, especially in the United States and Western culture, kind of start off on that path because it's the easiest one to do. You get to do a lot of things. And we're about doing in this culture, seems. So if you're going to do something, you might as well serve. So the second path is the path of bhakti, or devotion. That is the path of love. Everywhere you see God's presence scintillating, and you love everyone. Because true love is singular. Does this make sense? It's not loving other. I love myself, I love you, I love the floor, I love the air, I love this and that. It is singular. So you haven't truly learned what love is until you experience love as everything and everyone. There is no other. There's nothing but the one love. Right? So that's the path of bhakti, that realization, serving God as the one. It's a very powerful path. That's a person oftentimes who's emotional, who loves to connect with their heart. So, and maybe some people have trouble with that. Maybe they don't have trouble connecting with that loving, nourishing sentiment. If you have trouble with that, well, then become a mother, have a child, learn how to love. Maybe that's a good start. If you're a male, you probably won't be able to do that in this lifetime, unless you adopt, maybe. So taking care of a child really helps to open your heart, or a grandchild for that matter. So, and then the third path that's outlined in the Bhagavad Gita is the path of Gyan, or knowledge. And knowledge is for those smart people. In Centers for Spiritual Living, there are a lot of smart people. I'm telling you. The really sharp minds. So you use your mind to contemplate the nature of the divine. I mean, if you're smart, you might as well use it for something profound. Instead of thinking about all day solving, sort of problems. We're always using our mind to figure out things. How do I solve this problem, this problem? It's all about worldly problems, right? The whole day, it's like problem consciousness. We use all of our intellect to try to figure things out. Why not just stop for a moment and say, what is the nature of existence itself? Who am I? What am I? And where did I come from? Books and books and books have been written about this. So they're contemplating for you, the sages of yore. You read those books and it helps to blow your mind. That's the point. Right? You read this, the nature of consciousness itself is infinite. Well, it's infinite, then where am I in that picture and where are you in that picture if everything is God? You see how that your mind can hardly even comprehend what that means. So, once your mind gets blown, you enter into this sort of like trance or stunned state. In Buddhism, they often use what's called a koan to blow your mind. What is the sound of one hand clapping? One hand clapping. Or does a tree make a sound in the forest if it falls in the middle of the forest and there's no one there to hear it? Does it really make a sound? There's like mind-blowing questions that help you to dissolve your mind, because the main block to mystical experiences is simply this mind, that it thinks it knows something. I'm here in the universe and I'm the center and you know what I mean? This mind, that is the veil, the one veil that blocks us from knowing eternity. And when you are gone, when that veil falls away, then everything is realized. And you need ask no more questions, and there are no more problems. You are free. Then it doesn't matter. All the problems of the world are dust. You're living in a state that's so beyond. Nothing bothers you ever again. You are free of fear, free of hurt, of pain and suffering and sorrow forevermore. That's the realization of infinite consciousness. And so, when we're chanting these mantras, what I'm sharing with you is what I call spiritual treasure. When you chant the mantras over and over again, they start to kind of clear away those veils of ego, because most of our mind is underneath the surface in the subconscious and unconscious mind. They say about 1% of the mind is conscious, the other 99% is hidden underneath, that you can't see why you do what you do, or why you act the way you act, why you think the way you think. So imagine if 99% is hidden, how are you ever going to clear your veils if you can't see them? You see what I'm saying? That's why the mantras help to sort of percolate right through your system and clear immense amounts of karma. You'll be surprised just playing this mantra alone. What do we play? Hari Om. You see each person, the energy percolates through your system, and like it's like fireworks. And people just, if you could just see it, and I think if a person doesn't have spiritual vision, then they don't know what's happening, and they don't appreciate the power of what's going on while chanting those mantras. The mantra is like the guru in your pocket. It's a piece of the guru. You take it, you invoke it, and it just sweeps through, clears away darkness and all the chakras and all the energy fields and the energy channels. Everything gets cleared. That's the path of enlightenment. You go from darkness to light. A normal human being, most of the energy channels are blocked, are full of darkness. It's like we can't see our true self. You give yourself spiritual medicine, and it starts to flow through all these channels. They start to light up, and guess what happens? You are sent into incredible meditations that are so blissful that you won't mind if a hurricane comes and blows down your house. You really won't mind. You will be okay without having a home. If your 401k dissolves into nothingness and the economy tanks, it doesn't matter. The bliss that you are experiencing is so far beyond material things. You're okay whatever direction life goes. That's what I'm talking about, communion with the soul. Bliss is the perfume of the soul. See, I'm seeing you. Some of you people want this. We're so worried about loss. That's why we get insurance. Your real insurance is not the insurance that is offered on this planet. Your real insurance is God. That's what will save you. Your real suffering isn't the loss of your house. It is your own mind that hurts you over and over and over and causes birth after birth after birth. When will we actually seek the light and focus all of our attention there? When will you free yourself of all the suffering pain that's been experienced for eons and eons? You know, this is a big question. And the last question is, how many more springs do you have? If you're here attuning to this energy in this gathering, you're serious about spirituality. So what do you do when you go home? Do you turn on the TV and watch the news? Or do you sit and dive into your meditations after connecting to this? This is the most precious thing that you can take out of this life. All the rest of your material things will be gone when this body dies. What will go with you is the light that you have attuned to during your lifetime. Talk about the light, you know? So, I could speak a lot about this topic. But I wanted to actually conclude with one more mantra. And just because I feel like the mantras are really sharing the core of the teachings that I want to give. And I wish that people could take them home and use them. It's easy to chant Hari Om when you're at Publix. People won't mind. And if you see the poor chickens and cows on the shelves, you chant for them too. Hari Om, go home. You know, the mantra doesn't bless just you, but you chant it, you get this glow about you. And everywhere you walk, people will be affected by that glow. They will be touched. And they won't know why. Something, is she wearing new perfume? What is it about her that's glowing? You know? They're affected by your spiritual radiance. That's how you serve people. You shift yourself into a spiritual dimension. The mantra keeps you on track, keeps you going on that spiritual track. Be careful about this microphone. Okay. You can hear me? Okay, good. So you can chant with me. I really try to make these as simple as possible so that you can chant together. Remember, it's the group dynamic, so it's so important. If you sing, you will help everyone else. Even if you don't know what the mantra means or whatever, just your voice alone makes a difference. So, this is a mantra of love and bliss. So the word for love in Sanskrit is prema, Prema. A great word to remember. Divine love. And then the word for bliss is anandam, 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 premanandam, anandam, premanandam. And you can feel a shift in the room. The energy changes just by thinking about the mantra, let alone saying it. So you'll get it. You'll get the music as we chant together. Anandam, premanandam, anandam, premanandam, anandam, premanandam, anandam, premanandam. Then it repeats. Anandam, premanandam, anandam, premanandam, anandam, premanandam, anandam, Anandam Premanandam. We'll take in 5 deep breaths, breathing in the light of that mantra into your heart space. Illuminating your heart. May this light continue to grow within us, to sparkle, to shine, to awaken our antakaran, our holy space, to that infinite love which we are. And so it is. And so it will be.
Absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, I do believe an applause is welcomed. So if you're feeling the applause, by all means. And and I say that sacred silence that you brought us to, I really didn't want to break that, but I also wanted to honor you because it's just amazing of what you gave to us today, the gift that you shined for us today. So thank you so much. And now it's our time for sacred giving, and just like as special as this moment was, your gift allows the expansion of this center to those that have not yet walked through this door or visited us online. And as you can see, we're an ever-growing center, and so your gift is so valued, so important, and so treasured because it brings the love that we can offer to the world through your financial service. There are many ways we can send a check. There's a address that's online as well as in the newsletter, the weekly newsletter. You can also text to 941 413 2060, and you can text any amount to that. There's a couple others, PayPal online, as well as the Breeze online giving, and you can also set up automatic withdrawals if that makes it easier. So we welcome your money in any form, and there's also baskets coming around at this moment. So if you can just take a moment and go with a prayer, and knowing that the gift that you give is multiplied. It goes out into the world and serves in an open-hearted way, and returns multiplied back to you, back to us in so many beautiful ways. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and so it is.
of joy and pass it on. I receive all good and pass it on. I receive the gift of life and pass it on. I receive the gift of love and pass it on. I receive the gift of joy and pass it on. I receive all good, pass it on.
Thank you so much for your service and your participating financial help. It's really helps us a lot at this center, so thank you. And now for the announcements. We have a lot of stuff that's going on in this center, don't we? We really do. How many people get the e-newsletter once a week? So almost every hand went up, so I guess I don't need to say anything. And if you walk a special way out as you exit, if you walk by those tables and you snatch every single flyer on there, you're complete. You have every knowledge and every activity that we're doing here. So a quick rundown, we have metaphysics and other neat stuff. Metaphysics and other neat stuff that is meeting tomorrow, April 7th. And next week, Amy Steinberg is going to be in the house. That's pretty exciting. That's pretty exciting. Also next week, Lisa Lassard, we have a very special workshop that she's going to be giving. I actually have heard a little bit about this workshop. It's exciting. It's called The Four Cornerstones. There's information also on the table back there, and it's building a productive and beneficial and a habitual thought foundation. Who wouldn't want that? Who wouldn't want that? April 16th is Bollywood dancing. April 18th is, again, all this information is in the newsletter as well as in the back table. Bangkok dinner on April 18th, the women's meditation. And at April 20th is Easter. Easter is April 20th. It's a special Rise and Shine celebration. And the Shine. This is a very special announcement. We are super excited about the Shine. It's been growing, it's been expanding, it's going to be the best ever. And because of that, and because of all the changes that are going on, we've shifted it back 1 week. So it's going to actually be May 4th. So please mark your calendars for May 4th. May 4th, we have a lot of activities that are going on. We have Bob Seema and Shannon Plummer, who are specialists not only in New Thought music, but also sacred breath work. And we have, it's actually going to be Shaisha Day. So if you're familiar with Shaisha, I think it was American Idol participant, and she's here, native to Sarasota, so she's going to be here, and we're going to have some music from her. We have food trucks. We have just so many things. There's going to be an art auction, and just a lot of love. It's just a moment to shine. So please be here for that. And oh yeah, the Spiritual Living Circle ongoing every Wednesday with Jim. He's been leading that at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, and on Friday is Heart, Mind, Spirit Recovery with Reverend Diana. Now this is a very special program, and it's really to help anybody who might be struggling with anything, whether it's addiction or not. I mean, it's just being able to go through a program. It's not hers. She's actually adopted this. It's been throughout a lot of the Center for Spiritual Living, but she's a great facilitator, and it's really opening up a space of love for everybody to be connected. And that's on Fridays, and you can talk to Reverend Diana about that. And there's a class coming up. Where's Kathleen? There's Kathleen, yeah. One of our licensed practitioners. She's going to be teaching the journey of the soul, And that's going to be starting on April 29th. April 29th is 6 weeks. It's a Tuesday evening, and I believe it's at like 6 o'clock is when it starts for a few hours. And I'm actually signed up. I've signed up for it. I'm really interesting. I know my soul's been around, so I don't know. The journey of the soul sounds super exciting to me, and Kathleen is a wonderful teacher. Have you ever taken a class with Kathleen? Yeah, a few hands have gone up. Well, if you haven't, now's your time. The Journey of the Soul. If you want to know more information about that, I believe there's flyers also on a table. And yeah, I know we've got Brian's going to be doing something afterwards too, right? Bring your microphone down.
I wasn't planning on getting up here and speaking this morning, but I'm buzzing, and I hope you are too. Brian, thank you so much. I've had the opportunity of having Brian in the house for the last few days, and I'm sure that what you just experienced was enough to convince you that you want a little more before he leaves town. So I hope you do stay. I didn't do a very good job of promoting this, but after he was in the house, I'm like, oh, but we need more. So if you would like to stay from 12:30 to 2, Brian's going to be offering us some spiritual tools to help us connect in a deeper way. So please do stay for that. And I have half an apple I can share and some cashews if you'd like. Again, Brian, thank you so much.
And one more song, right? All right, one more song from Brian.
Very good? Okay. So I'll share with you an abundance mantra you can use. So this one is Lakshmi Mata Namo Nama. Lakshmi Mata Namo Nama. Lakshmi is the goddess of abundance for people who are looking to be more in the flow. She's your girl. She's your girl. So this is a mantra to memorize. Lakshmi Mata. Mata means mother. Namo means bow. Nama means bow. I bow to the Divine Mother. So you can sing with me as you get it. Lakshmi Mata Namo Nama. 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 Lakshmi Mata